What if your thoughts weren't trapped inside your mind? What if you could send raw ideas, emotions, even memories directly from your brain to someone else's? No speaking, no texting, no typing, just pure brain-to-brain connection, instant and invisible. It sounds like fiction, but science is catching up. Researchers are building neural interfaces that could do more than just read brainwaves. They can connect minds together, merging them not just for communication, but for collaboration. Imagine multiple brains linked in real time, thinking, solving, and creating as one. A hive mind, not just a network of people, but a new kind of intelligence, more powerful than any single human. And if we build it, it won't just change how we connect. It could evolve what we are. So how do you link human brains together? It starts with neural interfaces, devices that read and write information from the brain. Today's versions, like EEG headsets or brain implants, can already pick up electrical signals from your neurons and translate them into simple outputs, moving a cursor, controlling a prosthetic, even flying a drone with your thoughts. But the next step goes beyond control. It's about synchronization. Imagine two brains connected through a high-speed interface, not just sharing commands, but sharing thought patterns. One brain imagines a shape, the other sees it. One person feels a sensation, the other experiences it too. Now scale that up. Multiple people linked together, not just exchanging data, but forming a shared mental workspace. Their thoughts reinforcing one another, their perceptions blending, their intelligence combining. This is the technical foundation of the Hivemind Intelligence Link, a system that turns multiple minds into one collective thinker, a networked brain, not a machine, not an AI, a human superintelligence built from us. This might sound like science fiction, but it's already happening. In early, fragmented forms. In 2013, researchers at the University of Washington connected two human brains. One person wore an EEG headset, reading their brain activity. The other had their motor cortex stimulated with magnetic pulses. The result? When the first person thought about pressing a button, the second person's hand actually moved. That was just the beginning. A few years later, a team developed BrainNet, a three-person brain-to-brain interface. Using a mix of EEG and magnetic stimulation, the group played a collaborative Tetris-style game, without saying a word. These systems are crude, slow, low bandwidth, and experimental, but they prove something extraordinary. Human brains can exchange information directly, and companies like Neuralink are pushing even further. By implanting ultra-thin wires directly into the brain, they're achieving far more precise readings, even enabling people to move a cursor or type just by thinking. For now, the data is simple: a finger twitch, a yes or no, a single word. But the signal is getting clearer, and the moment we can share complex thoughts, emotions, or sensory experiences, the door to collective intelligence opens. A technology this powerful doesn't come without consequences. Merging minds could unlock extraordinary potential, but it also introduces risks we've never faced before. In a hive mind, where does one person end and another begin? What happens to privacy when your thoughts can be streamed as easily as a video file? Could a dominant voice override the rest? Could collective thinking become groupthink, crushing individuality in favor of consensus? And who controls the link? If a company, a government, or a military owns the network, then the most powerful force in history, human consciousness, could be shaped, filtered, or manipulated. Security becomes everything. A hacked mind link isn't just a data breach, it's a breach of identity, of memory, of self. And then there's the psychological cost. Could our minds even handle the bandwidth of another person's thoughts? Or would the noise of too many minds collapse our sense of who we are? The path forward isn't just about hardware, it's about ethics, safeguards, and the human psyche itself. Because once we connect, there may be no going back. But what if we don't lose ourselves? What if we build it carefully, with ethics, boundaries, and intention? What if we get it right? Imagine minds across the planet working in real-time collaboration. Scientists solving problems together faster than any supercomputer. Artists co-creating music, film, and architecture at the speed of shared imagination. Students uploading understanding, not just facts, but insight, from teacher to learner, brain to brain. Doctors feeling what their patients feel. Soldiers coordinating without words. Entire communities learning, growing, and evolving as one. The Hivemind Intelligence Link isn't just a new interface. It could be a new step in evolution, a moment where humanity stops competing and starts converging. A collective intelligence that doesn't erase individuality, but amplifies it. The potential is vast. The danger is real. But the promise is extraordinary. The Hivemind Intelligence Link isn't just a new technology. It's a new possibility. A bridge between minds, and maybe, one day, a bridge to something greater than any of us alone. But the question isn't just, can we build it? It's, should we? If we open our thoughts to each other, will we become something more? Or will we lose the very thing that makes us human? The future of the mind won't be built in silence. It'll be built through vision, through care, through courage. Because if we get it wrong, we risk everything. But if we get it right, we may discover the next step in human evolution. Not through machines, but through each other.